Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night, good whatever you're listening to us. Welcome to another episode of Midnight's Edge After Dark. I am, of course, your narrator supreme, Mr. Rob Robot Shlomo, coming to you from Shabby Road Studios in the fourth most fleed state in the Union. Yes, that's right. People are leaving in droves.
Wow, that's the first time you've had a fact in I don't know how long.
I'm going to be the one to turn out the light when everybody else leaves, okay? So, with us as always is Mr. Tom Connors.
Hello, hello.
So we've got an action-packed show. We got action, right? Drama, romance.
It's a drum action mance. Oh, that sucks. But just so you guys know, yes, we're trying out this new format. Some of you have asked already, so I just want to address it real quick. Some of these stories, if you've already watched them in the shorter versions, they are the same stories. So if you want to skip ahead, down below in the description there is time stamps for specific stories if you want to just jump to a section that you haven't already listened to.
There you go.
Otherwise, yeah, if you're just waiting for the podcast, here you go. So let's get started. What do you say?
Yeah, so let's jump right in. So Super Bowl is coming up next week.
Yeah, you're a big sports fan. I'm sure you'll be watching it.
Yeah, I'll be watching. I can't stand Tom Brady though, but that's another story.
Well, a lot of people just watch it for the commercials anyway. So tell us though, Rob, there's a recent story that come out about what ads as far as film trailers we can expect to see during the Super Bowl and some other possibilities. What do you think about the list we got here?
A couple no-brainers on this one. Like I said, Deadline is actually went with the story that there could be a possible Cloverfield sequel trailer dropped during the Super Bowl. And, of course, there's going to be trailers for previews or TV spots for most likely Jurassic World, The Fallen Kingdom, and the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson action film Skyscraper.
Yeah,
and of course, there's probably going to be a Black Panther or maybe Avengers Infinity War trailer. We don't know. It looks like they just want to run one specifically.
Right. Well, yeah, they're not going to dump a bunch of money, probably maybe one or two different spots, and that's it. And Disney's got a lot of movies coming out. I see also they got Mission Impossible here, A Quiet Place, which was a horror film, it looks like. A few cool ones. No word on Solo, though. So
my guess now is if we're going to see a Solo trailer, it's going to be before Black Panther. And that's most likely when it's going to turn up.
Yeah. There's a few other possibilities they have on here that Disney might utilize a chance to show off, which would be A Wrinkle in Time or, of course, Incredibles 2. But we never know. They might drop a Star Wars trailer on us without warning.
Yeah. Can I just talk for a second about A Wrinkle in Time? Because I saw the trailer for that when I went to see The Last Jedi. I know a lot of people have high hopes for it. Oh, it's going to break the mold for blockbuster. I really think this thing is going to bomb so hard. I really do. Because...
Yeah, I don't seem to think it's getting the buzz that they think it's getting anyway.
Yeah, first of all, okay, everybody loves Oprah. Okay, we get it. But Mindy Kaling, I don't get the whole appeal of Mindy Kaling. I really don't. I really, really don't.
I mean, this movie's barely on my radar anyway, yeah.
Yeah, and this was supposedly a big children's book or something. I never heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but again, it's not something that really, like, every time I think about big movies coming up, it doesn't really pop up. Yeah. I don't see anybody talking about it really.
No,
anything.
And when somebody does talk about it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's an Oprah thing, yeah. Like... Oh, it's gonna be like Tomorrowland. Remember that one
right.
A couple years ago? But anyway, the big. I don't know. Can we call it the Super Bowl, or do we have to call it the big game? Because the NFL is kind of protective of that. The big game is next week, so we're gonna be tuning in. If you haven't gotten your big screen television at Best Buy, hurry up.
Yep.
There's a sale, but
'tis the season. They're right.
Yeah.
I guess the average, though, now is $5 million for a 30-second ad.
Yeah, that's a lot of bread. That is a lot of bread. I still don't understand why we, like I said, why we haven't seen it. Well, no, we understand why we haven't seen a Solo trailer until now. But if there was any chance of salvaging this thing, then you would think one would appear at the Super Bowl.
It's the last hope, I guess. I mean, they haven't really shown us that they really want to show this off at all.
No. No, like I said, if not before the Super Bowl, then I think before Black Panther. So, well, let us, you guys let us know what you think. I mean, do you think which trailers you think you're gonna? And if when you watch the game, let us know which trailers you enjoy.
All right. Well, basically, yeah. Which ones are you looking forward to? Which ones do you think we'll see? Which ones you don't think we'll see? Yeah, and like Rob said, after you see them, go ahead and let us know down below what you thought.
So the hits keep just on coming for Gambit racing.
Well, it just ain't having any. Well, we seen this coming. We might as well just kind of get right into it. Last week they lost, or a week before, whatever it was, they lost Korbovinski. We knew this was coming. It's been pushed off the schedule altogether as far as filming. They were supposed to start in March in New Orleans, and that is obviously not happening. No surprise there. Gambit had a massive budget so far. I don't know how much of it was spent, but imagining that they were getting close to filming here, probably quite a bit.
Well, if the filming was scheduled to start in New Orleans in March, that means they've already scouted locations. They've probably got the permits. They've probably hired costumes. They've already probably done costume testing. They probably all pretty deep in the pre-production.
Right. Well, if anybody who's seen The Death of Superman Lives knows that they got really, really, really close to production too, just like this film did, and they had a lot of stuff done. And then the following Superman movie had to carry the weight of all that film's costs. And this might just be like, we're going to chalk it up as a loss kind of thing, I think, at this point.
Yeah, because there really is nobody interested in even making this movie at this point, is there?
Well, it's 10 years too late. It really is. It should have been made years ago with Taylor Kish, whatever. And nobody was really interested in seeing it with Channing Tatum that I could tell. I'm not surprised that we're not going to get this. If this is pretty much it. There's like maybe one more plug left in the wall, but the rest have been yanked out at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much more we can say. But there's movies that have been in development hell, as we call this, a lot longer and have gotten made, but it's hard to think of any offhand at the moment. It just
that have been this bad as far as this long and should have happened by this point. Yeah.
So Gambit looks like is in permanent purgatory.
Right. Well, and Andre would argue with me and say, they probably don't have a player pay deal or pay or play, however you want to put it, deal with Channing Tatum. That very well could be, but it doesn't matter at this point, because regardless if the movie's getting pushed off even more, he was already set up for filming this film, for however many months here.
Well, yeah, he would have to clear two or three months on his schedule to take this part. I mean,
and maybe even more than that, because these kind of movies, first you do the filming, and then he might have to come back for another month just to do green screen shit for effects and stuff.
Green screen
and action scenes and stunts and stuff, yeah.
And then he has to do the ADR, the additional, dialogue.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so chances are he's going to get something out of this. They're pushing it off the schedule. It's done deal, I think, at this point.
Yeah, it's, that's it. Stick a fork in it, it's done. So, let us know if you guys were interested in seeing a Gambit movie.
I'm not going to be surprised about the comments, because we've kind of already talked about this before, but we know nobody really gives you shit.
So anyway, like I said, Gambit officially, stick a fork in it. It's done.
All but dead, yeah.
Tom, I don't know if you realize, but it is indeed a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Not here. It's fucking like 8 degrees out.
Won't you be my neighbor? There is a biopic of Mr. Rogers. Won't you please?
About time.
Won't you be my neighbor? There's like I said, there's a biopic of Mr. Rogers in the works, and they've got the one guy who could probably turn it off to play Fred Rogers. Yeah. Tom Hanks, who seems to be in just about everything now,
He's Disney. He's Mr. Rogers. It's because he's everybody's dad. He's everybody's grandpa. You know,
he's been an astronaut. He's fought the war. He stormed Omaha Beach.
Forrest Gump.
He fell in love with a mermaid. He was Forrest Gump. He was. So anyway, Tom Hanks. He's going to be in the biopic of Mr. Rogers titled "You Are My Friend." Why isn't it?
I don't like that.
Why isn't it called "Won't You Be My Neighbor"?
I was just gonna fucking say that. That is, what the hell are they thinking?
Well, you never know. You never know. It might undergo a title change, sure, but it's at some point. But Variety it gave us this story. TriStar Pictures has landed worldwide distribution rights to the Mr. Rogers biopic "You Are My Friend," with Tom Hanks attached to play the iconic TV personality. Diary of a Teenage Girl director Marielle Heller is helming the pick from a script by Micah Fitzgerman Blue and Noah Harpster. Heller said, "I'm thrilled to be making You Are My Friend. The script knocked me out with its message of kindness and its exploration of the human spirit." She goes on to say, "As a mother, I am so inspired by teaching to Fred Rogers, and as a human, I am awestruck of his life's work. I can't wait to bring his story to the public and be part of such a thoughtful, smart group of people who are coming together to make this film, which truly feels, to me, like an antidote for our very fractured culture." Now, let me tell you something. I think we really do need a guy like Mr. Rogers nowadays.
Well, public television has went to shit since he's been gone.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody needs to go and watch his testimony before Congress in 1969. If you've seen it, watch it again. It is just such a moving piece, of footage from the man. I mean, where he details why children need the positive messages and they need positive influence in their lives. I mean, he really cared about kids, didn't he?
Right. And not just that, the importance of public television at the time, because especially then, a lot of inner city kids and stuff like that, this was about all they had access to as far as television was the major networks, and that was it. I was just going to say, and it's ironic you brought up that speech, I got to wonder the casting, unless they're going to have another actor play him young, or they're going to young down Hanks here and there for certain spots, because obviously, unless it's going to be completely about his older years, that speech has got to be in the fucking movie.
I'm hoping it is too.
I mean, pardon my French because I'm talking about Mr. Rogers. Sorry,
there is something blasphemous about saying the F word when you talk about Mr. Rogers,
isn't it? I know. I just felt so bad. I was like, oh my god, But no, I can't see the movie without that scene.
Yes, I mean, like I said, we definitely need more advocates for public television. And hopefully, maybe this will have a resurgence of interest in public television, and how it can be a positive outlet for.
Part of it's the programming, though, too. At the same time,
the programming's very dry, but at the same time, where else are you going to see something like just off the top?
It's just not to the degree it was when we were younger, is what I was getting at. But go ahead, Rob.
Oh, well, but there is stuff that does break through occasionally, though, like Downton Abbey, Sherlock. Life on Mars.
Yeah, but a lot of that's not directly what we're talking about here, but I get what you're saying. Yeah. No, I mean, but as far as like children's television, PBS is not what it used to be. They've got way too much competition. HBO had to come in and basically save Sesame Street's ass, and that's not anything remotely like what it used to be from what I've heard from most, parents of young children now. So, regardless, it's one of those things where hopefully somebody comes in like Fred Rogers to really say, hey, look, this is something that's not being utilized that should be, and maybe someday that'll happen.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, let us know what you guys think in the comments about you're looking forward to this? You're not looking forward to this? Were you a fan of Mr. Rogers? Did you watch Mr. Rogers? Yeah. Were you a fan of Mr. Robinson? This is how he answered the door of my neighborhood.
Who is it? It's a hell of a day in the neighborhood. Hey, a hell of a day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? All the younger people are like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Look up Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. When a mommy and daddy love each other very much, they lay down in bed, and sometimes the daddy gives the mommy $50.
Oh, the other one. I'm upset, children, because I didn't have the money to pay the landlord the rent today because my wife went out and bought a dress. Here's the dress, children. See, I didn't even have to take it off for it to get those footprints on it.
Oh, that's a great bit.
That would never get through today.
No. Oh, brother. Yeah, so, like I said, let us know if you were a fan of Mr. Rogers, if you're a fan of Mr. Robinson, you're a fan of Eddie Murphy.
I wonder how many of those are actually on YouTube because NBC's a big bunch of jerks.
Yeah. There's quite a few of those are missing from Hulu as well.
We noticed, actually, yeah.
So, anyways, Mr. Rogers, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I was kind of surprised to hear about this. I know it's not exactly in our wheelhouse, but it kind of is, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, let us know what you think.
Got some upcoming movie news, actually. Some casting news from Deadline.
Yeah, this is one that we keep hearing about every once in a great while.
Yeah. And for you younger listeners out there, if you don't recognize the name, Clive Davis is a music mogul going way back. I mean, this guy was, I believe he worked for Warner Brothers at one time. He founded Arista Records, and they gave us Whitney Houston. Can all be winners, so... Yeah, so you can blame Clive for that. But anyway, Clive Davis, he was at a...
they also had, I think, like Patti LaBelle.
Oh, yeah. Lots of
a few other great artists.
R&B acts, But Clive Davis, he was at a pre-Grammy party, and that's always a big event to go to Clive Davis's party. But he introduced Oscar and Grammy Award winner Jennifer Hudson. She sang a couple songs, and then he told the audience that Hudson will be playing Aretha Franklin in the upcoming biopic about the life of the Queen of Soul. And this goes on to say, this is from Deadline, Hudson was in fact handpicked by Franklin to play the role. It was appropriate that Davis introduce all of this since he has such a long professional relationship with Franklin. The party began with performances by Barry Manilow, Luis Fonsi, Ben Platt, Alicia Keys, Khalid, and Logic. Hudson was the last singer to perform. Hudson sang for Aretha Franklin's classics Think and Respect as part of her performance. So, yeah, we've been hearing about the Aretha Franklin movie on and off for God knows how long. You know,
a decade according to this, yeah.
Hot off her appearance in The Blues Brothers, which was about 35 years
Don't blaspheme me in here. Well, Deadline, of course, said they'd been hearing about the project. MGM, I guess, acquired the film rights recently. I guess, though, the movie is gaining some ground outside of the Dreamgirls star being attached to the film, which is not brand new news, but it is news all the same. I guess the film is also going to be produced by Straight Outta Compton's Scott Bernstein and music producer Harvey Mason Jr., so it does have a little bit more traction than it did a decade ago.
Yeah, probably the best known track by Aretha Franklin's Respect, and my best known version of it is Eddie Murphy's version from Delirious.
I think it's actually Raw, but yeah.
Oh no, well, whatever. Yeah. Oh, you're right. Raw. Yeah. His father used to get drunk and used to sing Motown songs badly.
And fuck up the lyrics. Yeah.
We just want some respect, Eddie. What you got? Baby, I got it. What you need? No, I got it. Little bit of respect. Motherfucker. When you come on home. So.
RESTCCP. You know how to spell it.
But anyway, might be. I'm not that familiar with Aretha Franklin's life story, so it might be interesting. Musical movies are actually always pretty good.
From what I know, she's had a pretty rough early life, and then of course she was definitely the original quote-unquote diva of soul. So I mean, like you said, great parts in movies like The Blues Brothers, and just a very well-known actress. But here's a funny little piece of trivia about her and James Brown specifically for that film. They couldn't lip sync their lines or their music because they never sing the same way twice. So I guess that those two performances in that film are actually caught live. Otherwise, they're all, and that's the way it is in every movie. Don't be like, oh, they lip sync. No, every movie you've watched, every music video you've watched,
every TV,
every TV show.
Yeah.
Even half the live performances you see on TV shows are lip synced, sorry to say. It's just the way it works. It's the way sound works. It's the best way to do it. It's nothing new. But just because those two specifically could not lip sync the same way that they've done it before, I guess that's the way it works. That's just unique, though, to very few artists, I'm sure.
Yeah. Do you really think the Beatles were set up for sound playing in front of Stonehenge shouldn't help? No, they yeah. That's a pre-recorded track. So anyway, let us know in the comments if you like Aretha Franklin, you're a fan of hers, you're not a fan, you're looking forward to the movie, what your favorite music related movie is. Let us know. Well, Tom, I'm actually surprised that we don't have a downer of a story.
Not really.
So anyway, we're going to leave you on an even higher note. Actually, the Gambit was kind of a downer, but we all kind of expected that.
Yeah.
But celebrating birthdays on January 29th when we're recording this, Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah!
Oprah, you get a birthday, you get a birthday, you get a birthday. She turned 64.
Well, she said she's not going to run for president.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Tom Selleck, the original Indiana Jones. Magnum P.I., star of Blue Bloods. And there was actually another one. There was some movie he was in where he was a cop.
Oh, yeah, 3 Men and a Baby.
Yeah, star of countless movies and TV. Like he was Magnum
The most
P.I.
famous mustache in fucking television.
Hey, that was
guaranteed.
Great. Yes, he was in Runaway. Runaway is that movie I was thinking of.
Oh, Gene Simmons and good movie.
Yeah, Runaway, where all the robots that would just turn on people.
That's a great sci-fi movie. I think Michael Crichton wrote that.
So Tom Selleck, he turned 73.
Wow.
Other people celebrating birthdays. Sarah Gilbert, who was frequently on Big Bang Theory and Roseanne.
Of course, they got the reboot of that coming up here.
She turns 43. Heather Graham, Felicity Shagwell, turns 48. Giggity. Let me tell you, when she was in Austin Powers, and I saw her dancing to American Woman, I was never more proud to be an American. I felt a surge of patriotism. Phrasing.
Well, she fit right in though, because she couldn't act, but she looked good, so she was just like a Bond girl, basically.
Oh yeah. Jeff Loeb. Yeah.
A name that comes up once in a while around here.
Yeah. Marvel Comics television Grand Poobah. He turned 60. And the Beastmaster himself, Mark Singer.
Ooh, I just watched that movie like not even 2 weeks ago. It's fucked up.
Yes, I used to get him confused with Kevin Bacon.
I get it, I guess.
Oh, yeah, he was also another great sci-fi series, V.
Ooh, I loved V.
Yeah, believe it or not, he turned 70. So,
wow.
Yeah, time marches on. And celebrating birthdays for January 30th, Christian Bale, Batman. He's not wearing hockey pads.
He's not wearing hockey pads for his birthday.
His body turns 44 and his throat turns 78. So that's
Is it one of the few child actors to actually grow up to have a prestigious career and not go down the drain, pretty much?
Yeah, everybody forgets he was in Newsies, and I'm pretty sure people who meet him don't let him forget about it. Yeah,
Empire of the Sun, I think it was.
Yes, that's right. Yes, and Daphne Ashbrook. Now, if you don't recognize that name, she was in Doctor Who. She was in the TV movie Doctor Who back in the mid '90s that they were trying to turn into a backdoor pilot for an American series that was on Fox.
Oh, I remember that now. I totally forgot about that till you just brought it up.
With Paul McGann, who was the ninth Doctor, and he was actually a good Doctor, very underappreciated, but unfortunately, like I said, they get picked up. So, and actually, she was also in Deep Space Nine. So Daphne Ashbrook, looking as lovely as ever turns 54. Gene Hackman.
Lex Luthor.
Popeye Doyle, Lex Luthor.
Greatest criminal mind of our time. My father told me, get out.
No, before that.
Before that.
And I still use that. I still use that occasionally. That speech. Stocks may rise and fall. Interest rates may fluctuate. People are no damn good, but they will always need land, and they will pay through the nose to get it. Just remember, land. I still use that from time to time.
Otisburg. It's just an itty bitty place. Otisburg. Pittsburgh. Miss Testbach has got a place.
Okay, I'll just wipe it off. Just a little bitty town. Gene Hackman, star of stage, screen, a movie star, really, turns 88. And,
living legend.
And Alex Hyde White, you know him from Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade. He was the Nazi guy. the Nazi guy, yes, who chose poorly.
You chose poorly.
He turns 59. I kept expecting to, I almost expect that night to be Michael Palin, though. For some reason. Or like John Cleese. You've been here a long time.
Fuck off! Well, won't none.
Aha! I'll ask him, but he won't be very keen. He's only got one, you see. I told him we've only got one.
Only got one.
So those are the birthdays. That's what's happening. And if you like what we do here at Midnight's Edge, then please click the subscribe button and please click the bell icon. And we hope you're enjoying the new format. And if you really like what we do, then why not consider supporting the show through Patreon? And if you go to our Patreon page, you'll see that actually we revamped it a bit. We have different tiers now.
Yeah, we're going to have some really cool shit happening, yeah.
Yeah, we got some cool stuff happening. If you... Like I said, if you like it, if you support the show through Patreon, you'll get advance notice of upcoming mini documentaries. You'll get behind the edge videos. You'll get bloopers. You'll get outtakes. You'll get lost episodes. You'll get uncut audio. You'll get all kinds of stuff. We got some exciting stuff coming for Patreon members, and we're gonna have more about that as things develop. Isn't that right, Tom?
Indeedy do. In fact, I just dropped a blooper video the other day as of this recording.
Awesome. And as I always say, if you don't have the means...
Or outtake video, I mean.
Outtakes,
what did I say,
yeah.
blooper?
Bloopers. Well, bloopers, outtakes, same.
Outtakes. The bloopers is coming. Bloopers is coming.
Yeah.
You get to hear Andre fuck up.
Which is rare, actually. Andre's so deliberate, he rarely makes a mistake. So anyway, but when he does, it's hysterical.
It is.
So anyway, as I keep saying, is if you don't have the means to support us through Patreon, then please click the like button and subscribe and click the bell icon and share with all your friends.
Listen to Mr. Rogers and share.
Share, yes. Important life lessons. Share, because as I always say, we cannot do this without you. So one more time, I am Mr. Rob Robot Shlomo.
And I'm Mr. Rogers. No, I'm Tom Connors.
And we will catch you next time.